Hi guys, good morning to all. Uh, Welcome for this session. Today's session we are going to cover the Trend Micro XDR solution, and I am Javed. I am handling Trend Micro pre-sales for Redington value, and today's session we are going to cover the functionalities covered in the XDR solution, extended detection and response with the Trend Micro and cross layer detection and response. And let's start the session with the challenges. What the users, the administrators, the security related teams, the SOC, and everyone facing the problem with the customer. Actually, the alert nowadays there are too many alerts. Like about the EDR solution, and after implementing the EDR solution, also they are getting too many alerts like as per the report posted by Imperva. I think you can go through that report. More than 27% of IT professionals receive more than 1 million threats on daily basis. So just think, if they receive 1 million threats or notification on daily basis, they can't correlate the threats and find out the real cause of the problem, and which one is the real malware and which one is the false positive, which one is less critical, which one is critical. Like they don't know about anything if they receive 1 million threats or more threats on daily basis. So the problem is with the correlation. We need to correlate the data. Like if the threats are received, we need to compare the data with different things, and we need to compare whether the threats coming, what is the source of the threat, origin of the threat, like email or USB or some other land subnet through SMB channel. We need to find out that properly, and correlation should happen automatically. But these things are not happening with many of the solution, and because of that they are facing the correlation difficulty. The SOC team and the customer security team facing the correlation difficulties, and too long to detect. Actually, more than 9 months, 8 months, if the threats are in dormant state, it will not show any malicious behavior, and like it will not collect that the agent endpoint can't collect the metadata properly from the process, from the registry, from the endpoint. Actually, the EDR solution should collect all the metadata, whatever the process launched, all the activities irrespective of anything. So these because of these telemetry data collection limitation or something, it is too long to detect the attack, and it will lead to the incomplete investigation, inadequate response, and overloaded teams. So these are all the challenges faced by the customer in today trend. And let's see how the EDR is helping. So endpoint detection and response, what it usually do, it will collect the metadata, the telemetry data, and whatever happening with the endpoint remotely, it will collect all the remote metadata and send it to the centralized server. Either it could be the on-premise server, or it may be on the cloud. So once like it has all the storage functionalities and everything, the server should have the storage functionality, and the TB of data will be stored, and all the metadata and everything will be compared, and correlation will be happening there. So how the automated correlation and detection will be happening with the endpoint? Actually, the metadata, whatever the telemetry data, and the process details, and whatever activity happening at the remote, it will be send it to the cloud based Apex management server, or on-prem Apex management server. It will send there, and then the artificial intelligence, the machine learning techniques, everything will be applied for correlation, and by this way the automated correlation and detection will happen. And so it can just get rid of that false positive or anything. then we can focus only on the threats which are very dangerous and very critical uh, to the enterprise. So this is how automated correlation and detection is happening with the Trend Micro EDR, and most of the solutions you may have here, there is no automated correlation and detection. So this will be the challenge for enterprise SOC team. And IOC sweeping, indicator of compromise. There is something called indicator of compromise as well as indicator of attack. Indicator of compromise sweeping, you may have some indicator of compromise details, like you can get it from the internet, or you can also customize the XML, the code, everything on the Apex Center, the management server, and you can check whether this indicator of compromise is matching in any of the endpoints. Like you can do the system wide sweeping, like for if you have more than 2000 endpoints, you can do it once, and then it will provide you the clear picture. The result will be with proper explanation and graphical user interface, and you will get the graphical representation and the threat map details, like from where it origin and where it is going, and what are all the process it launched, and what are all the ports it's opened, and which command and control channel it tried to establish the connection. So you will get clear picture of everything. And in addition to this thing, and you know about Trend Micro, the Apex One endpoints. So it has a single agent. It will connect. It has EDR functionalities, the endpoint security functionalities, like advanced anti-malware prevention, ransomware prevention, and and all the systematic way of protecting the threats. And apart from that, we have the application control, the vulnerability protection, host IPS, and data loss prevention. And we have DLP, full-fledged DLP solution, which is integrated in our endpoint. Then the EDR will also be integrated, and sandboxing also integrated. So all these functionalities will be included in one single lightweight agent, and if any detection happen there, and these metadata, the threat details, everything will be set to the central management server, where that EDR correlation and detection, everything happened. So this is how the threat hunting is working. We can query for the indicator of attack as well. So indicator of attack, where it can be collected, it can be collected automatically. And if you have any details, you can also put it in the preliminary investigation or detailed investigation from the Trend Micro centralized management server. And root cause analysis. So for let's say you come to know some malicious file which is not running in any of the endpoints, just sitting in the dormant state. So what you will do, like you can either mention the directories where that file reside, or the file name, or the hash value. So whatever details you have about particular threads, you can search it through that, and either through the IP address or all the attributes based searches are there. So you can search using this preliminary investigation, and once you run the search, then it will just give you the result of all the files. Let's say I just search using virus.exe something. So it will do the sweeping for all the endpoints across your enterprise, and it will provide the proper result. Then once you get the result, you can generate the root cause analysis for any particular workload, any particular server, or any particular endpoint which you want to investigate further. So what is the purpose of this EDR? Like detect threats, contain threats, investigate threats. And we already covered about the EDR, the endpoint detection and remediation, and today you know about the mail. So the mail is the major source of all the attacks, and in mail also there is through malware propagation, the phishing, and lots of account takeover attacks, the account stealing attacks, and then this malware loaded through the mail also happening. And as per the Verizon report in May 2019, there is more than 94% of attacks coming from the mail only. The malware infection source is mail only. And if you go deep, then you will find out what is the major source of attacks inside the mail. For example, phishing attack. The phishing attack is there. It will lead to the account takeover and malware propagation, and from there they will steal the credentials and everything. And ransomware attack and fileless attacks also increasing. There is some comparison given in the left side with the Trend Micro research team. In H1 2019, there is 77% increase in ransomware attack and 18% increase in fileless attacks. So email is very critical. We should not do the EDR thing on the endpoint only and keep the mail vulnerable. So we need to have the functionalities integrated, the EDR functionality integrated with your mail, with your endpoints everywhere, and network and everywhere. We'll see that one by one. So endpoint and email detection and response. Who else receive this mail, and is this malicious file in other mailboxes? So when it is integrated, the Apex EDR has capability to integrate with your mailbox also, and with your endpoint also. So in this case, you can find out if there is any suspicious mail with malware attachment or any suspicious thing coming through the mail. Then you can check the graphical view like this, which is given in the root cause analysis, and then if you come to know these malwares are loaded through the mails, then you can check using this mail detail only, like is this same mail exist in any other mailbox or not? Because as a user, without this email EDR solution, EDR in the email, they can't do anything. For example, if I receive any malicious attachment from the mail, I can't call my admin and saying, please do the virus scanning on my mailbox, or I can't say anything like to that. Like this, it will be happening to multiple users also. So we need to have the proper automated solution. Through that solution, we can control the mail related threats as well. So let's say I received one mail and I found out the root cause analysis, which is the malicious mail coming from the malicious attachment coming from the mail only. So I will find out this thing and I will do the automated sweeping on the XDR solution. So endpoint and email both will be called extended detection and response. So I will do the automatic IOC sweeping, and I will check the mail whether the same malicious mail is going to any other mailbox or not. I will check everything, then I can investigate further. So here, this is the sample mail which received, and there will be some reports also that the same mail, the same malicious mail received by 36 user mailboxes. So by this way, we can detect all the mail related threats, and we can investigate and clear the threats further. Quick automated protection equal to reduced impact, less investigation. Apex One, we are following in Trend Micro, we are always following the systematic way of protecting the threats. In entry point, we have virtual patching, device control, web reputation, exploit protection, Office 365 analysis of email content, and then URL file. So all these things will be happening at the entry point, and the pre-execution stage we have set of detection technology, set of prevention technology, and during the runtime we have a set of prevention technologies. So there will be no single silver bullet. We are just expecting the attack in each layer, and we are cross checking the payload and all the files in the files using different techniques. In the way it won't consume more CPU in the endpoint. So all these tasks, whatever you can see here, it can be happening in milliseconds only. It is not like the one by one process. It will be like parallel processing, and the files will be going across all these techniques, and at last we will get the investigation, the result, everything. So by this way, using these XDRs for user bundles, we are providing protection plus detection and response for endpoints and email. It's not only the detection and response, we are protecting as well. So as I said earlier, there will be central management, Apex central management, where XDR also there, and cloud data lake, everything will be present there. So whatever telemetry and the process details collected by the endpoint, the Office 365 cloud app security, then it will forward the telemetry data, the metadata to the centralized management console, as it is showing here. Then after this, they like the correlation, the detection, everything will be happening there, and it is happening through the machine learning, artificial intelligence, and everything. Then it can find out the critical threats with less false positives. And in addition to this, we have the managed XDR, MDR option also, and MDR option available for all the products, all the Trend Micro products, like the network deep security. In network category, we have discovery family of products, and email we have cloud app security. Apex One endpoint is there, and server or workload security, the cloud workload security, also that deep security. So for all these products, we can provide the managed XDR services, and if any customer or partner interest about this managed XDR, you can reach out to me. And the 24/7 critical alerting and monitoring, the root cause and impact analysis, and incident prioritization and investigation. So these are all the tasks performed by our managed XDR team. So enhanced detection with managed XDR. How the enhanced detection with managed XDR is happening? Detected Dedicated threat hunting resource use cutting edge techniques, proactively sweeps your environment with the new IOCs found in the threat research or other customers. So they will do all these tasks, and like the industry verticals, everything that Trend Micro XDR solution knows about that. For example, if any healthcare industry targeted by any particular attack techniques, the same IOC will be collected, and it will be searched by our MDR team into the other customer who are also belongs to the same category, let's say healthcare. So like this, the industry wise, they will collect the IOC and sweep it, and they are using all the cutting edge technologies, and they have dedicated threat hunting resource as well. So this is the optimized resource with managed XDR. Like this is some of the sample reports. So it will be provided to the customer. This is monthly report from a customer subscribing to managed XDR solution for endpoint and network. So it will provide the proper details about what are all the actionable, and what is the less critical things, and false positive details. Everything will be given properly. So the standard managed service prioritizes 36 events which further require investigation, and advanced managed service investigate that 36 events to determine if there is a security incident and provide the detailed response plan. So in addition to the endpoint detection and remediation, the EDR solution for the endpoint, we have we already integrated the EDR solution to all the products mentioned here. The to email also we integrated, to servers also integrated, in cloud workloads and network IoT. So all these the, all these technologies, all these category of product, we already integrated the detection and response. So so if the threats received by any of your appliance, it will be correlated accordingly, like whether it is coming from the endpoint, the mail, the network servers. So we are doing the detection and response for all the categories of product mentioned here. By this way, we we can we can investigate more, and we can find out the more critical at ransomware attacks or any advanced persistent threats and everything. And there is correlation and analytics happen across security layers. You can see the all these systems, the high priority actionable alert with context, everything will be happening with all these categories of product. So Trend Micro XDR platform, how it will work? XDR platform, it includes, as we discussed earlier, automated detection, sweeping, hunting, RCA. So Trend Micro XDR data lake actually, as I said, the metadata and all the telemetry data will be collected and retained there, and the automatic sweeping and everything will be happened there. And Trend Micro XDR solution, managed XDR solution can get access to these XDR data lake, and XDR data lake contains data, telemetry, and metadata from all the categories of product: network, email, endpoint, server, and workload. And there is advanced functionalities, like as we said earlier, the team is very effective. They have the leading cutting edge technologies, and they are 24/7 threat hunting team, resource available all the time, and they will protect you from all kinds of things, the latest attacks, the latest IOC, everything, the industry vertical basis attacks, everything will be taken care by them. Actually, there is some demo also, like this is the YouTube link. You can go into that YouTube link and check the demo for the EDR product, and the graphical user interface that you are receiving, that you are getting in this solution is very good. And I want everyone in this session to try this once. It is available in the YouTube. You can just type Trend Micro XDR demo, like it will show how to investigate the threats, how we can how we can find out the particular process, like origin of the threats, and more detailed information, everything in this demo. So by this way, the Trend Micro XDR enabling organizations to see what they have been missing. So we are beyond the endpoints. So we are into the network. We are into the cloud workloads, and email everywhere. Everywhere we are doing the detection and response. So there will be greater context to better understand, and AI and expert security analytics. So there is some built-in threat expertise and global threat intelligence, which will detect more, and complete visibility. One platform to respond faster with fewer resources. So there is only one platform which is integrated into multiple solution, and not only the endpoints will protect you with the advanced techniques, you will get the good forensic report as well through this XDR. That's it, guys. Thanks for joining the session. If you have any questions, you can ask me now. I send my contact details to all of you. Like if you have any inquiries related to the Trend Micro products or this XDR solution, you can reach out to me anytime. We can have the demo, the POC, or any assistance you need. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining the session.